Positive words bring positive action. There was a cool study done that I read about that was done at the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. These guys were testing their theory that if someone says something positive early on, that there's a tendency for most people to then continue with that positive attitude. So they created this website where people were allowed to post thoughts or stories on this website, and then when something was posted, anybody that wanted to could visit the website and then post a response to that thought, either an encouragement or a rebuttal or whatever. And every so often they would post a generic statement on there and then immediately artificially post a positive response to that statement as the first response. And then sometimes they would, as a first response, post a negative response to that statement. And they studied over time the responses that followed on there. And what they found was that when a positive response to a statement was the first response, 25% more of the responses following it were positive than if they had posted a negative response as the initial response to just a generic statement. So what it showed is that over time, when somebody responds initially, like the first response is a positive response or an encouraging response, people are much more likely to continue to be encouraging. And what that means to me today as I start my day is that we should look for ways to be positive first, to make that first response positive, to be encouraging first. Because when we're encouraging, when we're positive with our responses, people are much more likely to see the good and to follow with positive actions, with positive thoughts, with positive responses. So as you go through your day to day, when you see people that do something that should be encouraged, or when you see somebody that needs encouragement, try to be that first person to give that positive response. It's the first response that matters the most, the first positive response. So be the first to be positive. Take the initiative to be the first to be positive. Scripture tells us, let us find ways to encourage one another, because the power of encouragement can never be underestimated. So that's your challenge today. Make the most of every opportunity that you have to be the first to respond with positive thoughts, positive words, positive actions. What are you going to do with your opportunity? I'm going to make the most of it. Moio, everywhere we go.